I remember getting really excited and like whooping and being like, oh, fucking come on, this is good. And my flatmate at the time, what are you doing in there? And I was like, I think I've written a really good tune. It's still fun, but it's also not because you realise that it's such a symbiotic relationship. Obviously, like you need someone to, even if people hate the tune that you play, at least there's something there. Like the crowd, it's not my crowd. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like very much like a bunch of people who didn't come to see us, like a slightly edgy, jazzy, like hip. Do you know what I mean? They were all a bit like, what the fuck is going on here? Andrew Netil, like, what? Yeah. Am I leaving? Is this what? Like, do you know what I mean? You know, I'm performative when I need to be and stuff, but in general, I'm quite like, especially if not shy maybe, but I can be pretty fucking quiet.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you know.
So that of course was the Streets with Everything Is Borrowed. Sorry, my mic was on just then. Unbelievable tune. Right now I've got another unbelievable artist, friend of the show. Welcome to have you back, mate. It's Quiet Man. How are you?
Yes, mate. It's a fucking pleasure to be here. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Of course you are. It's internet radio, mate.
All right, sweet, man. Yeah, it's an absolute joy to be here, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you been? I haven't been here for like 2 years. Seems to have fallen off the face of the planet.
Well, I'm just keeping like my namesake, bro. You know, I get the excuse. I can just be quite quiet on the scene, and it's all right. Yeah, I've been good, man. It's been a weird, you know, messed up year in general, and longer than that. But yeah, I've just been, I've been trying to get a bunch of good material up to the level, you know, so it's not as staggered as it has been.
Yeah, because last time you were here, you released Naked in the Cold.
Yeah.
2019, and then I was expecting more music, and then completely just vanished.
Yeah.
And then now you've dropped If Only, which is an unbelievable tune.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
How are you feeling with the reception with this one?
Yeah, I feel good. I think it's, you know, it's trying to play the game a little bit without sounding, you know, like trite. I think it's sort of trying to put out music. If that's what's required is just putting out tune after tune after tune, then that's what I want to do. And I think it's a really good song. I love it. It's very different. It's obviously a ballad. It's nearly 5 minutes long. But it's close to my heart because it's a real, you know, I've written it properly. It's got horns, it's got live drums. This was a little ballad I wrote on the piano and then took it to my wonderful friend and producer Cotton, who helped me turn it into, you know, a kind of uplifting but sad, slightly sort of joyful but hopeful tune, which is where I like to live. A little bit of sad, a little bit of happiness, just fucking mixed in all together.
Just in between.
Yeah, let's not get too comfortable, all right? Everyone just calm down. Yeah.
When did you write and record it? Because I heard a live performance of it on YouTube like back in 2019. So it's been one you've been sitting on for a while.
Yeah, it's one I've always had in sets. So like on a live show, to try and bring it down a little bit, which is kind of hard to do, or if maybe it feels hard because it's way, you know, people are way more responsive, especially, you know, that social nature of gigs and that, where people are talking shit and they're drinking or whatever. So when you slow it down, it's not always, you know, it sometimes goes under the radar. But that's all right. It's been a nice tune that has provided a little sort of moment of calm in live shows. And I hope to, you know, weave that in more. I think the more people expect that from you and understand that's part of, you know, what you do, that's in the locker, then they're more, I don't know, maybe they're more receptive to it and you get to play around a little bit more with live shows, you know, which 100%. Is what I love to do, you know.
I'm excited to see it live, to be fair. It's been a while since you've been performing live. I saw you did a virtual festival though. How was that experience? Yeah, man, we played Cheltenham Jazz Festival just this last weekend on Saturday. Yeah. So pre-recorded it obviously in a studio. What was it like not having the audience there?
It was rubbish, mate. Yeah. It's fucking rubbish. It's the most surreal thing to play a gig. I mean, I say that now, it's almost become normal, but it is still surreal. I haven't done any shows, and I did one, like, you know, online Instagram live for Notion, which, you know, big up Notion, and they were so nice of them to have me, but like, it's not the same. You finish a song in your sitting room and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just in my sitting room. No one cares, you know what I mean? And it's kind of the same on there, but there was a crew of people there, and, you know, my manager Matt and all that. Like, it's still fun, but it is also not because you realise that it's such a symbiotic relationship. Obviously, like, you need someone to, even if people hate the tune that you play, at least there's something there.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was so nice, and it's an honor to be involved, man. It's a big festival that have been around for a long time, and you know, we got a slot and in a difficult time, and yeah, I just love it, and the band were awesome, and you know, I think we did what we could. Do you know what I mean?
Have you got any shows lined up? Obviously lockdown's starting to get lifted now. Have you got any gigs lined up for the summer? I'd love to see a Quiet Man gig this summer. Man.
Well, if we do, you'll be the first on the list, don't you worry about that.
Cheers, mate.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bro. Nah, bro, just the #1 champion. Yes, get it, bro. Represent.
Shout out the vintage Quiet Man.
Represent. Right, if you want Quiet merch, come straight to BabyFace. That's it. He's the only guy that's getting it direct from the source. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking, I've been talking to my manager a bit as well. Like, it's kind of, it's whether you like try and scrabble together something that isn't going to be what you want it to be at a time where it's kind of difficult anyway. But I think as soon as things open up, little clubs, like little venues, I'd love to play some small capacity, you know, maybe a bit more intimate kind of, you know, like, you got to do it, man. That's the other element, obviously, of making music, and the more visceral, immediate part. So yeah, man, I haven't got anything specific booked, but
I'd love to see you at the Lalo.
Yeah, well, bro, that's a potential one.
Super intimate.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
little 35 cap downstairs.
Yeah, if only blaring out for you.
Oh, mate, 100%. Yeah, exactly.
Be banging. I think we should get into the single though. If only.
Do, man, play it.
This one's an absolute banger. Song of the summer, I reckon.
I said lately when the moon shines, I said lately I got that wild look in my eyes. Oh, yes I do. If only we were moving all alone again. If only the floor again. If only I could love you like before, yeah. If only, my dear.
So that was If Only by Quiet Man, who's in the studio right now.
Yo,
tell us the inspiration behind that song. What helped you write that one?
It was just a kind of ballady one I wrote at the piano. I remember thinking I want to write something. I just had these two chords. I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes it was one of those, genuinely, you hear people say this, great songwriters, and you're like, I buy that from you. But when I say it myself, it sounds like I'm just fucking making it up. But it was one of those ones where I just had this thing, I had this idea, and I think I wrote it pretty much in like just a couple of hours. Like, I had these couple chords, I was sitting at the piano, and it just sort of sat. I remember getting really excited and like whooping and being like, oh, fucking come on, this is good. And my flatmate at the time being like, what are you doing in there? And I was like, I think I've written a really good tune. And then I kind of took it to the band, and just didn't want it to just, because it can live in both worlds. You know what I mean? It's a lovely one to just play on the piano, but then taking it to Cotton, who's such a banging musician, and
how did you two link up?
He came up to me after a show, and he's got really long hair, so the direct opposite of me. He's like a tall, skinny, handsome, Viking-looking motherfucker. And he came up to me after a show and was like, I like what you do. We, Instagram linked, whatever. And he was like, come round. And it's a couple of years ago. And he's sick, man. He's a multi-instrumentalist from Switzerland, just banging musician. And it's a really good, really good synergy, man. And I've been writing most of my music at the moment with him, and he's fucking sick. So shout out to Cotton.
Definitely got some good people around you, good team around you as well. Like, your brother Sid Stone's been killing it recently. Fred again, Joy Anonymous. You guys are all killing it right now. It's
mate,
insane.
It's an honor to be part of it. Yeah. Truthfully, like it's and also, do you know what, man? I romantically have always imagined that. Yeah. I've always held on to the idea of, like, you see and hear these stories of great artists who knew, like fucking John Lennon doing vocals on Fame by David Bowie with Lou Reed, and these old school connections, and still now you see it all the time. But to feel and to just see your mates out there, like crushing it. It's inspiring as hell, man. You're 100%. Like, sweet, I'm a part of this little, whether however big or small, you know, you're in this network of guys who are just killing it, man. It feels pretty, you know, amazing.
Mate, you're crushing it right now as well.
Thank you, man. I did
sound a little bit naughty when you sent me the secret link. I sent it to a couple people, and even they were saying, honestly, mate, insane. Yeah, because I was like, you have to hear this tune, kind of thing. I told them not to send it to anyone.
I'm sure they did, and I welcome it. Fuck it.
But it's doing numbers, and I can tell that it's doing really well. Honestly, man. Beautiful track.
Thank you.
Can we expect on a new EP coming up soon?
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna release a few singles, you know, and then drop a little sort of 6-track project which I've been working on with Cotton. Getting it mixed by a guy called Josh Pleater, who's an amazing guy in Brooklyn who mixes. He just did the most recent Topaz Jones album. He works with a guy called, I'm gonna fuck this up, but I think he's called Gabriel Gathon Montano. He's like this banging Colombian American artist. Anyway, this mix engineer Josh Pleater, shouts out Josh, is phenomenal. And anyway, he works with some big people, and I've managed to get him to mix the EP, so it's going to be sounding crispy.
Sick. Can we get a name for the EP? Or
I think I might call it Gentleman. But like 2 words, like quiet man, gentle man. Yeah.
That sounds like quite a nice name.
I don't know, man. What do you think?
This is quite a gentle track, to be fair.
Yeah. It's the gentler side. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's a gentler side. You know, there's moments of you know, it's kind of bravado and a bit of musical boisterousness, but in general, it's a pared down, more like intimate sound maybe, but it still slaps.
Yeah, definitely still slaps. Great hook as well. Very stays in your head kind of thing.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it, man.
Love it. Let's get to an exclusive though, man. I want to hear
some
stuff you got for us today.
Do you want to do Turn It Off? So this is a track with my brother Sid Stone, my literal brother and my musical brother, and we're gonna put it out at some point. And I made it over lockdown. I got a voice note from my then flatmate Senny, and she didn't know how to work the boiler, so she just sent me this stupid fucking voice note. Anyway, I thought it was funny, so I like flipped a little sample and made a beat from it, and just basically wrote this chorus and then sent it to Sid with just this big open space, and was like, do your worst, man. Do you know what I mean? Like a little collaboration. I love collaborating with people, especially because we know these sick people. And he sent me back this, he sent me back what he sent me back, and then I've got it finessed and sent it to mix. But this is still a demo, so
sweet,
but hopefully it'll sound alright.
Demo by an exclusive here. Hopefully we'll get the real thing in the near future. This one's Turn It Off by Quiet Man featuring Sid Stone.
Cause I know I wanna turn it on, babe. I don't know if I can turn it off. Say you wanna take me to the manor. I think I may have heard some things, and tonight we'll show that some people know just how it goes. So turn it up loud, lightning in a black cloud, liquor at the sundown, you can forget your trouble might find every time the right time, even when the sunshine clear as the day. Clear as the day, I needed the pay.
So that was Turn It Off by Quiet Man, exclusive. Talking about turning it off, turned on the TV a couple years ago, and you were there.
Oh yeah.
What a segue.
Well played, man.
I know, I'm getting better, man.
It's no joke over here.
Now, what was it like to perform on TV, man?
It was surreal, man. It was surreal. It was last minute. It was, you know, it was on a political show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was weird. It was weird and great. Like, it's a banging thing to be on TV.
Was it Andrew Netil show?
Yeah, it was his last show. And like, I'm not a particularly politically minded individual, do you know what I mean? So like, I was kind of calm. To me, I'm like, I don't care. Like, what you want us on TV, I'm there. Like, could be anything. So, and I think we pulled it off, but
you did a good job.
It was all right. I mean, the sound was a bit wild, and like, we had to play like a little set before it even started, and so I was, you know, this is like the crowd. It's not my crowd. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like very much like a bunch of people who didn't come to see us, like a slightly edgy, jazzy, like hip. Do you know what I mean? They were all a bit like, what the fuck is going on here? Andrew Netil, like, what? Am I leaving? Is this what? Like, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
Piers Morgan was there. Like the whole thing was just.
Piers Morgan there?
Piers Morgan was on the sofa. Do you know what I mean? I was just hilarious. Like, it was weird.
You performed in the same room as Piers Morgan.
Yeah, and I'm not particularly proud of that part of it. I'm proud of us and the band. We did well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was cool. It was at the end of like quite a busy summer as well, so we were all a bit whacked out. We've been playing festivals and stuff, but I think we did all right. I'd love to do it again in like a proper, like a musical setting. But it was, you take what you can get, man. Like we got the call, we went for it. My friend Louis was like, reached out and was like, look, I'm doing this. Can you help me? And we did. And I met Andrew Netil, so I can die happy now.
Did he say anything to you after your performance or anything?
Well, he just said he loved it. I mean, who knows if he was even listening, I got a selfie with him, like just for jokes. I was like, I don't really know who you are, but come on, Andrew, let's get a little. Saying to my dad, it was like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know.
What about Piers Morgan? Did he say anything to you?
Nah. Piers Morgan, yeah. He just like disappeared into a puff of smoke.
Yeah, he's such a crettin, man.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah. I know this is like a really basic ass question, but it's one I haven't actually asked you. Why the name Quiet Man?
I think I came up with it because have you seen a film called Searching for Sugar Man? Have you seen that film? Banging film about an artist called Rodriguez who was like basically fucked over by the music business. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just thought Sugar Man, that is that kind of thing, and I don't know, man. I love that film. Rodriguez is one of my favorite artists. It's so cool, his music. But that definitely sparked something, and also, I like to, I'm performative when I need to be and stuff. But in general, I'm quite like. Especially if I can not shy maybe, but I can be pretty fucking quiet.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, Yeah. Like I don't like drama. I don't like to be hassled. Ideally, like I just like to,
like everything to be calm.
Yeah, which is totally unrealistic and insane because I also have a temper. I can be a total dickhead.
Yeah.
But like, there's that element of it, and also kind of the thing of like trying to celebrate that part because everyone has that part of them. Do you know what I mean? And not to weigh in on some, sort of mental health thing really, but like that element, especially in men, of like that kind of more quiet, vulnerable side that I think is sometimes overlooked, or which is now the conversation so much more open, but trying to celebrate that and even celebrate the the darker and the weirder and the wilder sides of everyone and the secrets and whatever, and just kind of give a little voice and the emotional side. I don't know, man, it's all and it kind of sounds all right, and it's kind of not a bad brand, so I just went
it's a
with
nice
it.
name. Yeah, I was just curious,
man.
like how you came up with it, to be fair.
Yeah,
because I feel like we've all got stories about how we come up with our aliases and our names.
Well, how'd you come up with your name, bro?
Well, I was always wanting to work in the music industry, always wanted to do something creatively. I was like thinking I'm gonna like start a record label, and I'm like 18 years old.
Could still happen.
Come
on, bro, you heard it here first.
But I was like 18 years old, and I was like trying to think of like a cool name or like a cool name for like a brand. Obviously, I was like super into Odd Future, so I used to like write loads of OFs and shit all around the place. And I wanted something I could write of my own kind of thing.
Yeah, sick.
So trying to think of names, and then I turned 18, and I was going to like clubs and shit, and I was like sometimes getting turned away because I thought my ID was fake because I looked like I was 12 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like no facial hair. Yeah. And then sometimes they would let me in, and they'd be call me, like, you've got such a baby face, such a baby face, and I was like, BabyFace, that's the fucking name.
That is the fucking name, mate. And it's so good.
Yeah, BabyFace music, man.
It's so good. Baby handsome face, but yeah, BabyFace. It's perfect.
Should we get into another exclusive?
Yeah, man. Should we do let's do Stormy Weather. So Stormy Weather, I again produced myself and then took it to Cotton, and Sid as well has helped a lot, like honing it. I came up with it, wrote the chorus, blah blah, and was looking for like, as I said a bit earlier, I love collaboration, man. I love trying to access the amount of talent, and I mean that across the board of people that we all know, like I'm lucky enough to know. And Cotton works with this amazing French rapper called Mac Amish, and I'd heard him do some stuff with Cotton, and I'd never actually met him, but I was looking again. I had this little space on the track where I really wanted just something tasty to be on there, and I sent it to Mac, and he just flipped it, sent it back. He works super quick, and I think he's banging at what he does, and it works somehow. Even though a lot of people won't understand what he's saying, it really works. I think our two sounds together, and with Cotton at the helm, and yeah, man. As a result, we've been writing a bunch of tunes together. So this is one that will probably go on the EP. And yeah, man, I think it slaps. So yeah,
sick. Let's get into it, man. This one's Stormy Weather. Stay tuned.
sun up in the sky. Stormy weather, stormy weather.
Yes.
I think she like it a lot when we break it down. I think I need what she got, don't wanna live without the wine and the chases, the time and the places. I can't get enough of her body and her faces, no. Roll down the window, she got that thing I like. Pull over when it gets hot and you know we'll be a while.
Quiet Man, I want to thank you for coming on again. It's been an absolute honour.
It's a joy.
You're welcome. This summer, obviously, you got the EP coming out, so you're more than welcome to come back to promote it.
Thank you, mate. I will be back for sure.
When's the next single dropping?
Not sure, man. It's we're gonna let If Only sit there for a bit, getting all the assets and all that stuff ready together. Gonna shoot a little video. I'm trying to do it correctly this time. You know, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have to take musical time off. So it's kind of juggling a whole bunch of different things and getting it all up to that proper standard, so that anyone who's listening and following and engaging can, you know, be satisfied with what I do, and so that I'm happy with it, because ultimately that's the legacy. At one point I have to be old as fuck and look back and be like, oh yeah, I did that. So I want it to be really good. But yeah, man, not too long, and when now I'm just gonna keep releasing tunes. It's just gonna come again and again and again. So if you're listening and you like it, then yeah, expect lots and lots more, man.
Well, we can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait personally.
Mate, thank you so much for having me. Big up BabyFace, the champion of the people right here.
100%,
number one.
Shout your Instagram, your Twitters, where people can find your music.
Yeah, man. Stuff. Quiet Man on Spotify. Twitter, I'm not really a thing, but it's at UK Quiet Man. Instagram, quiet_ about 6 of them, and then man. I'm on Facebook, on YouTube, just Quiet Man. Yeah, anyway, just type it in, it'll probably come up, man.
Should we end on another exclusive from you? I'd love to hear another.
Yeah, bro, let's do one more. So this is a tune called Call Me Up, which is a bit of a banger, if I say so myself. Yeah, Row with Cotton is the first one we wrote. It's taken us a couple of years to get it to where I wanted it to be, which sounds insane maybe, but it's a lot of stuff coming at you, and it's big in its production, and yeah, Cotton produced it and me backseating, and then sent it to this guy Josh Pleater who mixed it, and we got it mastered by a guy called Pete Mayer. We shot a video with my friend Dave and Harry, and yeah, man, I'm really, this is going to come out over the summer hopefully, and we've got a bit more momentum, and yeah, I hope people like it.
Beautiful. This one's Call Me Up. We've got about half an hour left of the show, guys, so stay tuned. Got plenty more bangers left. This has been Quiet Man. Stay tuned.
I'll make a bargain. Call me up. Just one touch.
I think I knew you from before. I think you threw me something, or was it your friend and me?